Today is April 10th, and while it may seem insignificant to most of us, it's a day that one Fort Worth family will never forget. It's the day that 22-year-old Molly Matheson was raped and murdered, and the day her mother, Tracey, vowed to change the world. Our Nicole Nielsen shows us the impact she's made here in North Texas and across the country.
If you ask Tracey Matheson how the last 5 years have felt,
it has been like I'm standing at the edge of a cliff.
She'll tell you time is kept in near 30-day increments.
The first April 10th and the second April 10th and so on, they were hurdles. I mean, honestly, every 10th of every month for several years.
On April 10th, 2017, her 22-year-old daughter, Molly Jane Matheson, was found strangled, raped, and murdered in her TCU area apartment by a man named Reginald Kimbrough, who Tracey says had a pattern of behavior that should have been identified long before her death.
This particular offender was known by multiple law enforcement agencies in the state of Texas for raping and strangling women, and never did anything. When I learned all of that, we cannot keep doing it the way we've been doing it. We have to do better.
Just last month, in a plea deal before trial, Kimbrough pled guilty to her murder. For Tracey, justice has been served, but the fight is just beginning.
I call myself, I'm a mama on a mission.
She spent the last 5 years of her life dedicated in service to a nonprofit she started called Project Beloved, the Molly Jane Mission. The name? Inspired by a tattoo she never knew her daughter had. And the aim? Advocating for change to help sexual assault victims and survivors.
Sexual assault survivors need someone fighting for them.
Beloved bundles were the first initiative. In many cases, Tracey found when women go to the hospital to receive a rape exam, their clothes are often taken away as evidence.
We decided, well, we can create something so that when a victim does go and have an exam, they can walk out of the hospital with dignity.
Filled with personal hygiene items, clothing, and coloring books, the Beloved bundles have been sent to rape crisis centers and hospitals across the nation. Since 2018, they've delivered over 10,000 Beloved bundles to more than 30 states. A year later, they'd installed their first soft interview room. These spaces help victims of sexual violence feel comfortable telling their stories. Now there's 42 of them in police stations across the U.S. And then there's the social work scholarships for University of Arkansas students in honor of the school Molly Jane attended and the major she planned to pursue.
We just felt like it would be appropriate to honor that dream of hers.
By this point, you'd think Tracey had done enough to fulfill her mission. But there was one more goal to meet.
In addition to, we're going to start a nonprofit, but we've got to write a law.
She says there were just too many gaps in the justice system that allowed Molly's death.
What can we write that would help make sure that girls don't die?
She helped champion House Bill 3106, now officially known in Texas as Molly Jane's Law.
It was signed by the governor in September of 2019.
The law requires all state law enforcement to enter information about sex offenses into the federal database called the VICAP, a violent criminal apprehension program that was designed in the 80s, but according to Tracey, doesn't always get used. The nationwide database helps identify serial murderers and rapists.
They have patterns of behavior, and VICAP will help to identify those patterns of behavior because law enforcement agencies do not talk to one another naturally.
It's meant to help connect the dots and save more lives.
They are all things that are very much Molly inspired. If she could, she would be right here beside me, fighting this fight with me.
And though Tracey Matheson has accomplished a lot in the last 5 years, she says it's April 10th. That's a reminder of just how much more work there's left to do.
It will forever be a day of significance in our life because, you know, everything changed on April 10th. This is not the end of the story. Molly's story will live on. Molly's story will impact change. That's what our purpose has been from day one, is to figure out how to bring light out of this darkness.
In Fort Worth, Nicole Nielsen, CBS 11 News.